Hi, welcome to Just Nyla. I'm Nyla Survives, and if this is your first time seeing me, hey girl, what's up? I am a Broadway actress for the last 10 years, and I'm letting you know the tips and tricks and skills that I have assembled to survive Broadway. This is called Nyla Survives Broadway. Welcome. Please click like and subscribe and share this with another female that you feel like might be inspired to be an actress on Broadway, is aspiring to be an actress on Broadway, or just wants to know the tea about what it's like to be an actress on Broadway. Today, we are talking about wig prep, okay? Pew, 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 pew. How to stay ready for the wig that you have to put on in the show that you're in. What kind of hairstyles you can do, what are your options, some tricks that I have used to make this process easier, as well as my personal experience on Broadway with wigs and things that I have gone through with wigs on Broadway. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate y'all. I am Just Nyla, and here we go. It's Just Nyla. Welcome back. This is my page where I am in a series right now dedicated to telling the story of how I have survived Broadway so far. So if you're interested in that story, or if you yourself are looking to survive this industry, please join me as I give you my secrets, my tips, my tricks, all the things that I have used, the tools that I have assembled to survive this Broadway life. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of makeup and like a storytelling moment. So just bear with me looking at myself doing my makeup and me looking at you. Today we are talking about wig prep. Woo, wig prep. It means something different for everybody, okay? So I know some girls with a certain texture, and this is girls of a bunch of different ethnicities, because even women of color decide to wear their hair straight. But when your hair is straightened, you can just put your hair in these cute little pin curls, pin them, and put a wig cap on, and put your wig on top of that, and that is it. That is all that you actually need. Now, I don't keep my hair straightened because I don't like what it does. I just try to keep my hair as natural and as healthy as possible. I don't like what it does to my hair to keep it only straightened throughout the year, so I do my best to vary it up, to give myself some variations of styles so my hair is not just being pulled on in the same way every single time. So my wig prep is very much giving braids. Sometimes when I do straighten my hair, I still have to put rubber bands in my hair so that the actual pins can anchor to something other than just my hair. Because sometimes them pins from the wigs, especially if you're doing a lot of hooting and hollering on stage, them pins are pulling on your hair to keep that wig on your head. So you want to be particular about a few things. The first thing I want to say you want to be particular about is your wig fitting. When you go get your head taped, they put like saran wrap on you. They put saran wrap around your head, and then they use tape to make the saran wrap the exact shape of your head. Now, at these specific wig taping sessions, they want you to wear your natural hair, or how you're going to wear your hair when you are doing the show. So the way that you're going to wear your hair under the wig, that's how they want you to come in to get this sizing done, because this is going to be what your wig and your lace on your wig is based off of. This is how they line up your baby hairs and your and the sizing of your wig for the show. Sorry, y'all. Eyebrows are intense, so let me just get a second. They're cousins, not twins. But let me just get a second to do what I gotta do here. One always comes out thicker than the other, but you know how that go. Just gonna thicken this one up and lighten the other one up. They're gonna match somehow, some way. And this is my like everyday brow. This is not like going on stage. So this, I don't mind if it's not as perfect, because I like my makeup to look kind of bare minimum when I'm just me. I'm not being any character. See, I'm just brush them out. Word. Cousins, not twins. Okay, y'all? Always remember that when you're doing your eyebrows. When you go to your wig fitting, I want you to wear a little bit of extension hair in your hair. Yes, wear the straight backs. Do a wig prep. But if you are a woman of color, I would suggest, in my experience, that you wear a little bit of extension hair so that you don't have to keep your hair in set-it-off braids all year long. If you only do your hair, your natural hair, in braids, the wig that they build will only have space for that. So if you don't like that hairstyle that you're wearing when you have to do wig prep, and you don't wear wigs that cover the entirety of your head, I would suggest that you wear a little bit of extra hair so you have some variation. It's easier to pin a wig that's a little bit big than it is to pin down a wig that's too small. You don't want to stretch out your lace. That's something that you don't want big. You don't want beef with the wig department, okay? That's your best friends. They're gonna make sure you look good. You want to show them love and show the things that they're working on for you care, okay? You don't want beef with the wig. I promise you that is not the journey that you want, okay? Things can go very sideways. I just would say make sure that you take care of the people that you work for, because they have a whole life outside of this that they are navigating, and then they got to come in and deal with you messing up the wig that they done worked on so hard. So yeah, I would say wear a little bit of extension hair when you're going to get your wig taping, so you have a little bit of room inside your wig. So when I usually go with straight backs, but I'll go with a little bit of extension hair down so that in the back of my wig, they put my braids, the end of my braids get like, not bun, because a bun is going to show in a wig, but it's like they pin them so that they're going up and down so that they're as flat as possible. But that gives me space back here in all of my wigs to live, to have some room to give some variation so that I don't have to just live in my set it off. Because when I tell you, it's not fun. I have done that. That's my first few shows. I really didn't know how to wig prep my hair, and it takes like, I want to say 50 minutes. I don't say a full hour because I don't want to drag it, but it takes at least 45 to 50 minutes to do those braids before a show. And you only get half hour. You only get 30 minutes on the clock. You can come in earlier, but I feel like as much as I'm in this building, I try not to drive myself crazy, and sometimes that means doing my makeup at home so I can just come in, put my wig cap on, put my clothes on, and go on stage. They are doing construction. I'm in my dressing room right now at the Neil Simon, and I'm just here early to record this for you. And because I was doing some stuff in the city and I just happened to be close by. But yeah, I know how to put my hair in a wig because I've been doing it since about 13, and I'm 34. So, you know, I have quite an experience, especially particularly with my hair. So in knowing that, I make sure that I'm just paying attention when it comes to the wigs, because I don't want to stretch out my wig and have it looking crazy. And I also don't want to be stuck in the same hairstyle. So I had to navigate my way around that. That starts with the wig prep being a little bit bigger than what your natural hair wig prep would be, so that you can go get some braids. You can go get a quick weave. You can go get some tracks. You can do the boho braids. You can do some twists. You can grow your hair into some locks. You have space in your wig, right? So that's, for me, is a really important step. And that changed the game when it came to my life on Broadway, because wearing your hair in the same hairstyle as a Black woman, I don't know. Maybe it's not just as a Black woman, but I can only speak from my experience. I hate the limitation. I hate the idea that I can't change it up. I can't, go and do something fun and different. I can't go because I gotta make sure I gotta fit in my wig on Tuesday, and I gotta fit in my wig on all throughout the whole week. And I like to change it up. I do. I wear a lot of different wigs. I do a lot of different hairstyles throughout the year. I love being able to change up my look. I feel like I want to cosplay as the happiest Black woman alive. Okay? That is my goal. That is what I want to be known and seen for, is how I'm thriving and how good I look, and how I always look refreshed and satisfied, and my man looks good. And it's not that it just looks good, but I want to make sure that I represent me in the ways that feel good and feel natural to me, so that I don't have to feel like crap. So I don't have to fight my way into feeling like I'm worth something. I've already poured the worth into myself before I got into the building. I'm almost finished this, and then I'm just gonna set it with some powder, because even though it's only a little bit of makeup, I think that the powder adds a layer of cleanliness to the look and also kind of melts all the different makeups together. I'm gonna put a little bit more of this over my eyes because it makes it look like you have a natural like eyeshadow. But yeah, that goes directly into my next tip, which is you don't have to have a basic wig prep. You do not have to live in a basic wig prep. Nobody is forcing you to. It is not required of you. You ain't gotta do that to yourself, okay? Please go and look up hairstyles on Pinterest. I'm not saying go and get beads and all of that. Go on vacation and do your hair how you want to do your hair. But when you are required to be, you know, on stage and in these shows, make sure you're showing up as you, but prepared. You know, it don't have to be whack. You don't have to feel whack about it. It can just be something super cute, super flat and stall, you know? That's what we're navigating now. Is we're making sure that the braids, I like to do a few styles. If I can give you a few of my favorites, is braids in the front, a half wig in the back, or braids like a cornrow style in the front, and then knotless braids in the back with some boho, you know, with a little bit of wavy hair or a little bit of straight hair just to give you some you know, hair choreography moments. But for real, just putting some of that back. Okay, sorry, ADHD. It doesn't have to be basic. Braid down in the front. I do rubber band styles in the front, which is cute. If you dip your rubber bands in oil, it makes them low tension. So instead of squeezing your hair, they'll just pop. And I'd rather it to just snap off my head than to pull on my hair, because those rubber bands are no joke. Okay, y'all? No absolute joke. I'm gonna grab some blush real quick. I love these NYX. I thought it was Benefit. These NYX blushes. They're just so sweet and cute. I like to do the outside of my face to keep my face long, little tiny bit. Make it dry. God, please see me and have me do a video with you. That would be so cool. But anyway, pay attention to where the pins pull is my tip number 3. Please, as you are in these different wigs for the shows that you're in, if you have to change from one wig to another, make sure throughout the show you are keeping an awareness of, is it pulling right here? I want to tell you, I had to grow my hair back because the pins got me so bad. I had a bald spot on both sides from where the pins had got me, y'all. Okay? I had to go and do castor oil and derma rolling and rosemary oil and that sacred rosemary concoction that she got that's growing everybody's edges back. I've been doing all of the above to get my edges back, because I had to realize, man, my edges are pulling right there for mad long and I was not paying attention. Pay attention to where these wigs are pulling on your head, because it might feel like a little pull. You might not see a bald spot now, but you're doing these shows 8 shows a week. You're having to be on stage however many times for however many hours in that wig. Over time, you are going to, the little problems turn into big ones. That's the only way I could really say it. The little problems are going to turn into big ones. If you don't pay attention to yourself, I feel like that's how God shows us exactly what we're supposed to be paying attention to. God is like, all right, play with yourself if you want. Play with your body if you want. Play. Keep playing. Keep on playing. And see what that gets you. Pay attention to where them pins are pulling on your wig. And ask the wig person, hey, I'm feeling a little bit of pulling right there. I'm getting like a tenderness. Do you mind if we move the pins? Communicate. I need you to stand up for yourself, speak up for yourself. I need you to be an advocate for yourself, okay? Do not be afraid to ask for what you need. People enjoy feeling like you know exactly what you need and you are secure and I feel like don't wait for it to be like, all right, you're putting the pin in the same place. Like, what's going on? You trying to steal my edges? Don't wait until it's a personal problem. Don't wait until you feel a way about it, okay? Do not wait until you feel a way about it. Talk about it when you can talk about it calm. Figure out what you want, what you need to say, what you want to say, and go and ask for what you need. Be an advocate for yourself in that room, in that space. That is a space where you're supposed to feel safe, okay? I'm gonna clean that up. I'm gonna show you how to clean up when your mascara goes astray. But pay attention, ask for a wig band. They have wig bands that they can use that instead of your head. The wig band goes around your head, the pins go into the wig band, and they're not pulling on your hair. Maybe the pin is going through the wig band into your hair, but the wig band is giving it security, so it's pulling on that before it gets to pull on your head. Okay, so ask for a wig band. Pay attention to what you're doing with your braids. If you're getting braids, they can't be super tight in the places where you're getting pinned. Pay attention. Go into these braiding shops and ask for what you need. If they are not listening, remove yourself and go somewhere else. You are spending money, okay? You are a customer. This is New York City. You know how many braiding shops? Go find a braiding shop with not a million people in there, because the ones with a million people in there, they're trying to get through as many heads as they can. They're going to just put you on a person who has 6 people already, who's doing 7 knotless for the day. Her arms are tired, okay? Be logical about this. Not all these trending braiding shops are smart, because then when you get there, these people are tired. All the girls in the whole world is flying out to go to these salons in Harlem. And by the time the people who live here, get to them ladies is tired. And they don't want to accommodate you. They don't want to hear what you have to say. They're not going to be like, oh, goodness, she's asking for the braids not to be too tight up here. I wouldn't have the patience either. Be logical. Set yourself up for the best time, okay? Set yourself up for a win. Go into a place that you've seen the reviews, call and ask what y'all got a lot of people right now, mommy. Make sure that you have a style that doesn't cause more tension, causes a lot of problems over time. You might not see it right away, but over time, that place is going to be bald. Please do not end up bald, okay? I'll lay off the point, but as you see, it's very important to me that y'all don't end up bald, because it's mysterious. It just be happening. If you're not paying attention, all of a sudden it's, oops, how did I get a bald spot right there? Silk press, which we're going to talk about next, okay? I had a season where I was only wearing a silk press under my wig. I'm going to let y'all know how I made my silk presses last through a show where I was sweating and all of that. But yeah, I forgot all about that mascara. So what I usually do is I'll take whatever I've been using to blend out my makeup. I'll wet it a little bit with some makeup spray, with some makeup setting spray, and just wipe that spot. Like, you're not going to wipe it, but you're going to put it down on the spot, and then you're going to, like, flick it so that it goes away. Now I'm going to reset where I put that powder. And this is just a simple, clean. It's not too much. I'm literally just about to go on a walk so that I can get my steps in, okay? So it's not nothing too much. I like feeling good. And I'm in my season of making sure that I make myself feel good. I'm not waiting for somebody to make me feel good. And that's another TED Talk for another time. But this damn Gucci highlighter, y'all. Whew. I don't know how much money this man spent on this, but it is good to me. I'm gonna put on a cute little lip and I'm done. Okay, silk press. I'm gonna do my first setting spray, and while it dries, I'll tell you about my silk press. As you see, I work with my beauty supply store brands sometimes because they hit every time, okay? Affordability will hit every time, especially in this economy. But these brands, this NYX, hits every single time without failure. Without fail. So yes, so you want a silk press and you want to sweat and dance and do all types of stuff on Broadway. Here's how that's gonna go. You're gonna go get a silk press. You're gonna make sure that they put anti-humidity and heat protectant, right? So the anti-humidity that I like is Sauce. I'm gonna put it somewhere up so you can see it. Sauce has an anti-humidity spray. I like to spray that lightly all over my hair, brush my hair through. While it's not soaking wet, obviously I just wash my hair, but before I blow dry my hair, I add this, and I'll add the Liquid Glass coarse hair heat protectant. Brush it out. Then I'll blow dry. Then if I'm going to press, if I'm going to like really bun up my hair, I'm gonna put the Sauce. It's like specifically for flat iron. It's like a pressing oil. I'm gonna put their pressing oil, I'm gonna put it on my hands, and then I'm gonna wipe it through my hair, okay? Because that one's a little bit heavy, and if you want your silk press bouncy, if you wanna have like curls that actually last, then you're not gonna wanna weigh your hair down. You're gonna want something light. So I like to work with that. You're going to wrap your hair. Whenever you are not going somewhere or you're not doing something, you're gonna wrap your hair. Whenever you can, your hair should be wrapped, okay? I know that y'all hate seeing black women in bonnets. Okay, toodles to you. Go and be a black woman in a bonnet in the next life and tell me what it's like, since you want to be us so bad. You are going to make sure that your hair is wrapped. Okay? Get some cute pins, you know, like wrap the front, leave the back hanging. I don't care, but where you sweat, you're going to wrap your hair, right? When you wrap your hair for the show, when you do your pin curls or whatever, you're going to put, I'm going to put it up. Everything I talk about, I'm going to try to put it somewhere up on the screen so that you know what I'm talking about specifically. They have these papers that are used to set your hair with like a mousse. You're going to take those papers and you're going to tie it around your hair, okay? Multiple. You're going to put it, quite a bit of them under your wig cap. Then you put your wig cap on top of that. Yes, it's going to make a crunchy sound, but those things are going to absorb the sweat before your hair can, right? And if your hair does absorb the sweat, it's going to take the sweat out of your hair into the paper. So that's what you want to do. I do this for the sauna as well. The sauna, I'll put the papers on and then I'll tie a scarf and then I'll put like, you know, something maybe on top of that, a hat or whatever, so that I can just keep my head as cool as possible. But for the show, I'm going to put my wig cap on, I'm going to put my wig band on, and then I'm going to go get my pins I'm going to go get my wig for the show. So that's how I keep my silk press for the show. After the show, if you have sweated down bad, your hair is wet still, I need you to leave them papers on. Keep your hair in that wrap. Wait till it's dry. Let it completely dry. I know, get you a hat. I always keep a hat here in my dressing room just in case I gotta hit you with the Scalp, because I need to let my natural hair, I can't keep putting heat, okay? All the heat protectant in the world is not gonna protect your hair from putting heat on it even once a week. If you're doing a 3-week silk press, you know, that's still too much heat because you did the initial and then you're doing heat every week. Your hair is not made for that. Sorry to tell you, baby. You're already processing your hair. You're putting your hair through a process to get it straight. You don't need to put no more tension, no more pressure on your hair, okay? So you're gonna wait till your hair completely dries. Then you're gonna comb it out and see what you need to straighten. Then you're gonna flat iron the part, like maybe just your roots need a flat iron. So you're gonna take the flat iron and just do your roots. You might wanna get those, either the silk covered rolling hair tools or the sticky rollers. Those are the ones that I like to use. And I'll just put those on my hair and that'll put a curl into my hair real quick. I'll put some hairspray, wrap it around one of those, and before I go out for the evening or whatever, that'll set a soft curl in my hair. If I already have a silk press and I don't want to put heat on my hair, I would do the same thing when I take off the wig. I would just heat the roots or whatever and then put something to put a little bit of more body back into the hair after it's gone through another process of being wet from your sweat and now drying again. Okay, so go ahead and do your silk press. Do not be scared. If you follow these tips and your silk press goes absolutely wrong, please leave it down in the comments and let me know what happened. And we could probably figure out something particular for you and the way that your body is. Because I will say I don't sweat that much. I don't have, like when I was in Shucked, I would sweat a lot, but I had a baldy, so it didn't matter. But this show that I'm in currently, I don't sweat too much. So I can only talk from my experience. I sweat on my scalp from the wig being on there and then the lights and then moving around and wearing the wig for 3 hours. But I'm not hooting and hollering, okay? I'm not shucking and jiving. I'm not hitting about my here and about my there. So you might have particular needs that this doesn't fit. So leave it in the comments. Let's chat about it. Let's talk about it. Let's try to find a solution together. All the girls that are watching this, we have our own wisdom. We're going to go down in the comments and we're going to help each other out. All right? Okay. I believe we can do it. Tip number 5. Take your scalp serious. Okay? Take your scalp serious. What am I talking about? Don't leave your hair in the same hairstyle for too long. Don't let your braids be so tight that it's giving you a headache constantly, because imagine what it's doing to your hair follicles. Don't just keep adding and adding product to your hair to slick it down for being under a wig. Don't just keep letting somebody scratch you with a pin all the way down your scalp because they think your hair is so thick they need to push it hard. Let them people know they don't need to push it that hard. You can feel it in your mind. You know, find a sweet way. Find an approachable way to say it and advocate for yourself. Take care of yourself. I need y'all to wash your hair. If not once a week, I want to say once every 3 weeks max. I understand we have to keep these styles, and you know, when you get a pair of braids, you're not going to want to wash your hair in the braids. But I would say put a do-rag, put a wig cap over your braids and wash that hair. It'll help keep the style. It'll help keep it from fuzzing up. Go ahead and wash that scalp. Go ahead and wash that scalp. Go ahead and get a scalp refresher spray for when you have braids for a long time. We don't need to smell your scalp. We don't need to smell your scalp smelling like back of the ear on a person who don't clean the back of their ears. And I feel like y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly the smell that I'm talking about. We don't need that, okay? Take care of your scalp. If you have scalp psoriasis, if you have peeling parts of your scalp, if you get a lot of yeast, okay, go to the dermatologist. Talk to them people, because they going and putting them pins in your head, scraping against whatever that is on your scalp, and thankfully they clean them pins. But please, okay, your wig doesn't need to go through that. Take care of your scalp, please. If you like this and you want to see more, please go down in the comments. Let me know what you liked and what you want to know about. Ask me some questions, ask for advice, leave me some tips of your own, and let's create a community where we can reach out to each other for information, for advice. Thank you. I like you. I love you. Until next time.